Oh my.
Today is the Halloween episode, and Kawaa, to start us off, what's your favorite scary
Guys, I was not prepared for that intro. Himiko didn't tell me anything about that.
Nope.
That's wild. I love that though. Oh my god. We're getting into the spooky season. Okay. I'm so excited. Um
Honestly, we already are into it, but yeah, just to start us off, let's start with that light one. What is your favorite scary movie?
my favorite. Oh my. Okay, so actually fun fact, okay? And everyone's probably going to be like, "What the heck, Kawa?" But I didn't watch horror movies for the longest time because I was too scared of them until
That
I
doesn't surprise me.
bruh. Hey, well, you've seen me play horror games, so.
Exactly, that's why it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no. I
I've seen
recently
you play
started.
Valorant.
Bro, okay, that's already a horror game. You already know that. So yeah, like I didn't start watching horror movies till pretty recently actually, like a little bit like after high school, but like more so this year cuz like my friends love horror movies and they're always like, "Let's go watch one. Let's go to the drive-in, blah blah blah." So, recently got into them. They're not as bad as I thought they would be, but I am a very superstitious person, so I don't know if I could say I have a favorite. I hate them all. I don't know. Cuz okay, if they scare me, I'm like it's more entertaining, but I also hate the idea that I am scared cuz I go to bed at night and then like my brain does wonders. It just like, it's so creative that like I see those images and I'm like I can't get them out of my head. So, I don't know. What about you? Do you have a favorite horror movie or
So, um, a movie alone is a little harder. Like for series, I've always loved. Like I love like Friday the 13th. I love Halloween. I love Scream. I think my
mm,
favorite of those is Halloween. And if I had to go from that, I'd probably go either 4 or 5.
Okay, okay.
But my favorite, and this is because it's a little bit more of a niche one, is a movie called The Platform.
The platform.
It's a like, so it's yeah, so it's a Netflix one, and I think I loved it because it was just like it's very different. So it's not like horror; it's a thriller.
Yeah.
But so uh, to like explain it without like spoiling anything, it's people are inside of this kind of like a jail type of thing where there is different floors, and there'll be a table with food on it, and it will go from the top floor and work its way down. And
Oh.
so people get like less and less food as it goes, because of course people eating it
Yeah.
is to like a point, and like everyone could bring one item with them into there.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So like a lot of the time it turned out into violence of, oh, okay, there's no food there. I
Yeah.
might starve, and hope that you get put on a different floor. I think it was every day. Is your
Oh,
every day or is every
wow.
week? It was
Yeah.
something like that. Like every after a certain amount of time, you got put on a different floor. So like one day you might be on floor one and be like, oh, you're getting all the food. Next day you might be on the very bottom floor, and you will get absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's insane. Like, I feel like if
It's a
that
very
happened in real life, it would just be like, well, yeah, I mean, I can imagine like how the movie would go. Like, people would get violent and stuff, right? At least I would
I didn't
assume.
realize there was a second one, but yes, there it
Oh.
got very violent. I never realized there was a second one. Just it came out in 2024. I eventually need to watch that.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no. I think like actually, you know what? Now that you mention that, like when you were mentioning like all like the classics, like Scream and whatnot, like I saw Trick or Treat recently for the first time. I actually liked that one. It was like not that
Love Trick or
scary,
Treat.
but like the little kid was adorable. I was like, oh my god, the little pumpkin kid.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've been really like diving into the classics lately, with my friends and stuff. There's definitely like more I want to see. Like I'm definitely gonna start watching them like each Halloween now or each like October season. Yeah. Do you have like a do you have like a favorite Halloween memory or like do you have any specific
Um,
Halloween you remember that you're like this was like the best Halloween?
to be honest, I don't remember much for any Halloween.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know I told you about this, but I'll say here too. I've
Mhm.
never really been like huge into Halloween. Like as a kid, it was fun. Yeah, I got free candy. I got to dress up. But
Yeah.
it was like I honestly didn't like love dressing up first off.
Mm.
But then like it's more the case of what I prefer is just watching like horror movies, which I honestly do year round. It's not something I just do in October or Halloween, but so I don't really have like any like big memories. I feel like a lot of the time like it was like, oh, I hung out with my father and we watched a horror movie. That was about it. Like that's really like all I got.
Yeah,
But
but like that's also
what
nice
about
too,
you?
honestly. Well, like I've been seeing so many like reels and stuff saying like, oh, like October, like Halloween's always when that like unique like life-changing experience happens and like I think recently more so now that I actually like go out and do things, like I would say yeah, there's usually some kind of like canon event that happens. But yeah, like say like for me like yeah, in my childhood, I never really did much for Halloween other than like have to take my brother out like trick or treating. 'Cause like I have a younger brother, so like usually I just like
Hmm.
kind of be put on like take your brother out duty, you know, and I didn't really like go out with friends or anything like that. Sometimes, but like I'd still have to take my brother, you know, and so, and plus like my parents were very like, well, more so my mom was very like a superstitious woman, and she's just like she's also like me. She's like terrified of horror things, so like she wasn't like the biggest fan of Halloween, so like we wouldn't decorate or anything like that. Like so yeah, like I would say like we were more like keen on Christmas as a family than like Halloween, but I definitely enjoy doing things now. So yeah.
See, me and my family like we enjoyed Halloween. Actually, I think I do have one memory that I always have remembered. So I remember
Hmm.
this was so my family was pretty much like once you became like 13, you couldn't dress up anymore. At least on my
Really?
mom's side. That's what my mom
Really?
did. Yes.
What?
My
That's crazy
father,
though.
she
Yeah.
was like, well, she said 13 was like your last year.
Okay.
So, but my father, he was more with like you could be like it was like 15 or something like that. Well,
Mhm.
I went one year with my brothers. I wasn't dressed up. I just went with them just because. So I was like with my dad and my brothers were still like a little younger.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one house that we went to. They had like they set up their house so like there was a chair with a bowl on it, like just like barely inside like their like door, like right
Yeah.
in like the door frame, and like their lights like off except for like one like red mood light pretty much.
Oh,
So my
okay.
brothers, like they were scared to go up at first, so I ended up walking up with them, and then the person like rounded the corner in like a full like chasing costume. I remember my brothers
What?
getting scared of that,
Oh my gosh, no
but
way.
I always thought like
You're
that
like
was
that's your
fun.
favorite happy memory? Is your brother getting
Well,
scared?
yeah, it's not. I like. I'm not saying as much as like favorite, but it's like it's one of the few I remember. The only other
Yeah.
thing I can remember was, and it was like a very similar thing. Um, Me and my family one time. This is once again with my dad's side. We went to a haunted house that was run by my father's like old coworker and like her family.
Mm.
So there was one guy who was like kind of dressed like kind of like a gesture, like a clown type of thing, and like he would call like people like he was calling them like bacon, like pretty much saying he was gonna like eat them, like and like he scared my brothers because like he kept like getting close to them, and because of course my dad like at least knew the person who was running it. We went back to the car. He was talking to her, and like the guy came over and started like tapping on the window and just like staring at my brothers.
Oh my gosh.
So like once again, just like scaring them, and I feel like that's
Yeah,
usually my like main memories is my brothers just being terrified. Cause like I've never like I get scared, but I'm much more like if I get scared, it's much more of like oh I got jump scared. Like
yeah. Oh, okay,
other
yeah.
than that, other type of scares don't really scare me. Like
Yeah. Have
oh
you
you
ever
can
sorry, I was gonna say, have you ever been in a like a horror house or like what's it called? Like a haunted house? Or
yeah. So I can't remember if I talked about this before or not. And I went to the Waverly Hills Sanatorium,
okay.
which I did talk. I remember talking about this.
Mm.
The first episode.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay.
a sanatorium where, like, what they to more explain what it was is what they tried to do is they tried curing people of let me what was it? Give me a second. Let me look it up. I can't remember exactly what
Do
it
a
was.
quick little fact check here.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. I feel like
They
what
tried. What is it? Where is it? Tuberculosis. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
But so what they did is, since of course that's like attacking like the lungs and stuff, what they tried to do is they would quite literally pretty much like cut the people open and remove all the air from their lungs and try to kill all the bacteria in it and then shoot air into them.
Is this like okay, wait, sorry, back. Was this like a historical thing or was this like just the lore from it? Like
This is it's both a historical and a paranormal like tour. So like they talked about
oh,
this stuff,
interesting. Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I said, like they did is like a lot of the time they would literally just like pump all the air, like take all the air out of someone's lungs to try to kill all the bacteria since that's where it started, and then try to re-put air into them. And because of that, there were so many people that died. And
Wow.
I know I brought this up the first podcast episode was
Yeah.
the case that um, there was like 11,000 people on record of dying there, and
Yeah.
that's after multiple records were destroyed in a fire and a flood.
That's insane. Like because I remember when you first told me, I didn't really remember if you said if it was like just it was like the lore part of it, like because you know how some like haunted houses they'll be like, oh, like this is the story for like this house or whatever, and it's like you never know if it's like true or not. But the fact that it's like
Yeah,
partly historical, like that's what's insane to me. Is that like it is based on like things that were actually done, you know? But there's things like that around the world. Yeah. Is
yeah,
there any
and that
like
kind of goes. You
sorry,
can talk.
oh no, you're probably
Nope,
gonna go along the
nope, you
same
got
point. You're probably gonna say something similar to what I was gonna say. I was just gonna ask you like if you know
probably.
any like crazy like paranormal stories like that or like not really paranormal,
Uh,
just like stories like in
I
general.
So what my question was going to be was the case of if you believed in it, which I know I've
Oh.
talked about that I do.
Yeah.
But so going off of like with your question,
Mhm.
I don't honestly like know that many stories. But I know whenever we went there, I went with my father and like his side of the family. I asked him if he believed,
Okay.
and he told me a story about when he was younger. One time he was younger, he was at the park with his friends. As- I don't remember how old he said he was or if he even said. And like they were just sitting there playing like a normal day. It was getting late there, and like at one point, his one friend who like she apparently got like her hair like pulled back and she's like screaming and all they could see was like blood like running down her face. And then
Ooh.
next second like it was like nothing. Like it didn't happen. Like they saw that like they saw this whole thing happen. She screaming that all happened, but like there wasn't actually like any blood or anything. Like it just kind of like a premonition type of thing. But like that's like one of the stories he told me that he saw, oh, that he witnessed, like he was part of.
That's insane. Wait, how old
But
was your
beyond
dad?
that, like I said, I don't know how old he was
Oh,
at the
okay. Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
I can't remember if he even said that. He might have, but I can't remember because that was now a couple
Wow.
years back.
Yeah. No, see, like
But
it's things
yeah,
like
that
that make me superstitious. Like, there's a reason I'm superstitious is like, cause I also like I've had like my own like not like terrifying experiences, but like I had my like there was this one friend I had, and his house was like he said it was like him and his family just agreed it was haunted because they all had like experiences around the house where like things would move or like like the light would just like turn off out of nowhere like and I was there actually and I got to see one of the things or two of the things actually like two different occasions but like the one was I was in the bathroom and then the garbage can like door thing just started swinging out of nowhere and I was like, "Oh, okay. That was weird." And then the other thing was the plants like it was like as if someone like pulled on the plant stem and just like let it fling back up, and it was like there was no like vent or like no like wind or anything, like it was just like just so out of the blue. Like that's like probably the most paranormal thing I've experienced personally, but like I know people have experienced like crazier things, you know.
yeah. See, I have like slight things like something similar to that is my dad's old house. A similar thing. Like we pretty much all agreed it was haunted because there was
Mm.
multiple days like they would have like the cupboards closed and like they're like magnetic, so you really had to like pull on them to pretty much open them.
Mm.
One day they closed it. Later, like not long after the door was open, my
Yeah.
dad asked my brother if he opened it or like asked like no one opened it. My brother went and closed it. Once again, he walked away and it was back open again, like soon after.
Wow. That's
So like they
crazy.
were pretty much like set on that. But like for me, like I never experienced that. The
Mm.
only thing I've ever really experienced is once again this is with the like Waverly Hills Sanatorium. There was one time the one part of it where we were walking down like a spiral like staircase, and
Okay.
I was like looking down the center because that's something I always do when walking down the spiral staircase is to look down the
Okay,
center.
valid,
And
valid.
I swear like I saw like something like peeking up, and like I
Ooh.
looked away for a second, looked back, nothing there.
What? Oh my god. I'd be so spooked, not gonna lie. I'd be like,
But
bye, getting the F out of here.
well, it was like the case of as well though. Like if I actually saw, I don't know, because it's one of those cases like how most people explain. It's like I only saw it like out this like the side of my vision. Like it wasn't like centralized. It was like
Oh,
thought I saw
yeah.
something from like the side, looked
Yeah.
away, looked back, nothing there. And
Yeah.
like other stuff like that same thing happened. Like there was multiple points. Like this was honestly like kind of fun,
Mhm.
but nope. Like a lot of people went to it. At one point, what they had us do is we split up into two groups, went different directions, and our like the leader of our group took us to like a dark hallway where the only light was like a exit sign, like a red exit sign.
Okay.
And he was like, "Is there anybody who would like to walk down the hallway by yourself and stand there as we try to talk to the ghosts?"
No thanks. Did you volunteer?
I, oh, 100%.
Oh my, no. What happened?
So, nothing much. So I walk down there. I'm walking alone. He tells me just stand there. He tells me to like welcome. Like he like starts trying to like welcome the ghosts and having trying to have them like touch me or anything like that. So then he has me turn around. I have my arms out. I'm looking straight at the thing, and like he's like talking to the ghost like, and then he's asking me like, "Did you hear anything? Or did you see anything?" I was like making sure I'm not like seeing anything, but I'm hearing like a lot of like creaking from like the rooms next to me because there's multiple
Yeah.
rooms like alongside the corridor.
Ooh, oh my god.
Then later on, he's like he like asked me if it's fine for like the ghost to try to touch me. And like I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, just say that to the ghost. So then later on, like a little bit after, arms are still out, and out of nowhere, my entire left arm just goes that like just feels weak.
Really?
Which he was saying like that's a common thing. Like if they touch you to just kind of weaken it, like it just feels like fatigued. But so, like that
Really?
was one thing I remember is like I was just sitting there with my arms up, and like I said, my left arm like I was feeling fine right before then. It just felt like heavy.
Oh, oh no.
It
Actually,
was
you know
so fun.
what?
I would 100% do it
Bro,
again.
okay, see, there's me who's like, I would never. You're like, again, again. Yeah,
See, but I love
no.
that type of stuff, and that's like I said, I don't really get like scared that much unless
Mhm.
it's like a jump scare where like I'm more surprised. But like in a normal case, it's like
Yeah.
I don't care.
Actually, you know what? That makes me like wonder, like for you, do you believe that like spirits or like ghosts or whatever, like do you believe that there's like good and evil ones? Or
Yes,
yeah?
100%. And I think that I mean, because usually like the story behind why like there's even like a ghost or a spirit is
Mhm.
more of the case of like they more got like
Is it like unfinished?
trapped
Like unfinished
for
business or
right,
like
right, unfinished business. Like they got trapped down there for something, but
yeah,
like that does not always mean like it's something
like
bad.
awful, yeah.
And like they're right, and there's said to be like I used to watch like a lot of paranormal like videos,
Mhm.
and like a lot of time like the tour guides would explain how like oh there's some that are like more friendly to people who will just sit there and talk to you or like try to help you, but
Mhm.
then there's others that are of course like more of demonic like
Yeah.
entities compared to
Then like just a
ghost spirits. So
spirit,
like
yeah.
right, so like I believe in both definitely being a thing. I
Yeah.
heavily think like it's a huge possibility that there's both good and bad.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Like I think that's like for me like I think, things like around like my friend's house, like things going off, like to me that doesn't really scare me that much. It's more so just like, oh, there's like a presence here. But I think it's because like I feel like something bad would have happened already if like they were trying to do something bad, you know? So, usually but like I feel like in most cases like any interactions I've heard from like friends or family is like it hasn't been anything bad. They just like see something here and there and it's like
Yeah.
like in this like mysterious world, how can there not be, especially like when when we like leave this world, like when we die, like You know what I mean? Like there's no way there like that's just it. There has to be some kind of like at least purgatory or some kind of like
Right.
in between state
Everybody
or
believes in
something.
their different things. Some people
Yeah.
believe it just blacks out, like
Yeah. Yeah.
others believe heaven, hell, whatever. Like
Yeah.
there's I'm a believer that there is something. I'm a Christian, so for
Mhm.
me, like I believe heaven, hell,
Makes sense, yeah.
n-
Same, same.
but everybody has like their different things.
No, exactly.
And like that's why like I think like there's a strong chance of, and that's why like some people even believe like family ancestors sometimes like people believe some of them will be like pretty much like brought back as like I think it's a cardinal. A cardinal is I believe the sign of like someone who's deceased.
Mm.
And like sometimes people will see like a cardinal all the time and it's just more of supposed to be thought of like your like deceased family member pretty much watching over you.
Right, yeah, yeah. I feel like I believe that.
Kawaa, how good are you at talking and doing something else at the same time?
Me? Why?
I'm just curious.
um Talking and doing so it depends on what thing I'm doing. If it's something that's
What if
like
it's like a short quiz?
I have to do a quiz, I can try. Okay, okay.
It's a 10 question. I just
Oh.
sent a link into the Discord. It's a 10-question quiz of which horror movie stereotype. So while we talk, I
Okay.
just want you to take that. I want to see what you get.
Ooh. See, I want to tell myself I'm going to be the final girl, but I highly doubt I'm going to like knowing me. But who knows? Maybe. Maybe I'm Delulu. I
So
don't know.
I'll say while you take yours, I got the final girl. I
You
got the
did?
survivor.
Yo, let's
I
go.
did.
Okay.
So and that was with me answering all the questions seriously. And like it has like other options on there and like I was reading over them. I can't remember what they were. I could quickly retake the test just to kind of have them, but I know there's like the jock, the
Yeah, okay.
um the fallen hero or something like that. Like, but I just kind of want you to take that and while we talk, just so we can kind of see. I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
no. Actually, yeah, speaking of like while I'm taking this quiz, I just wanted to say like going back to because yeah, this is like I love like this is like usually how our discussions are even when we're not in a podcast is like we'll talk about one thing and then we'll like totally sidetrack and forget to actually answer the initial question. Yeah, like my favorite Halloween memory actually is probably 2 years ago when I went to like this dance and it was basically uh I dressed up as a pirate. That's like the not like the highlight of it, but it was like the year I was deciding to just kind of like do everything. Like just like say yes to everything um and yeah, so I decided to go and like dance in the circle. You know how like usually when you go to dances there's like people in the circle. Like I was always too scared to do that. And then that year I was like, "You know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it." And then I did it and then I don't regret it. So, maybe that's like my life-changing event or you know, who knows, but oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, this quiz is asking me to pick images. These are all very gruesome. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I'm definitely living my life a little bit more when it comes to, like doing Halloween things. Especially because I didn't really get the chance to. Like I said, I was put on babysitting duty, and yeah, nothing wrong with that. Just like it's just I didn't really get to go out with friends and stuff like that. So I guess now I'm enjoying it more in my adulthood, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm so scared of what my answer's
Okay.
gonna be.
w- While while you look those up here, I'll ask another question.
Okay.
So I know you said that you like get scared easily, don't really care that much for horror movies because of it. But for Halloween, would you
Mhm.
prefer to watch a scary movie or would you prefer to just watch like a fun, like more light-hearted Halloween movie?
Oh.
Like, of course, you know my answer is, of course, horror, and that's just because I'm a horror fanatic. I'll watch
Yeah.
horror every day if I had enough time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like it depends. Like okay, see, I always tell my friends like if I'm gonna watch a horror movie, it has to be at a sleepover because I cannot go to sleep alone. Cause like I said, my mind wanders and like I have a very like I don't know what if there's like a specific like term for it, but like when I close my eyes, like I can visualize things like pretty vividly and like my dreams are very vivid. So like if I have like a specific image in my head and I start having nightmares about it, it's just like it's insane. So yeah, like I think I like the lighthearted stuff if I'm like by myself. Like don't get I like watching Monster House. I've seen I'm trying to think of other like horror movies that like exist. Um like what are some other like what's it called, like mainstream horror movies. Like there's Monster House, there's I guess like Trick or Treat is considered mainstream. I've seen Scream. I like those movies.
Yeah, you're gonna
Um
have like your Scream, your Nightmare on Elm Street,
oh yeah, I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I
Friday
just saw
13th.
that. I just saw that one. I thought it was really good. It was actually not that bad. I thought it was gonna be so much scarier. It wasn't that, but maybe it's just cuz like back then like the CGI and stuff wasn't really a thing, so like everything had to be like done by makeup, so it wasn't really that scary to me, but yeah.
Hmm.
I'm almost done, by the way, if you want to know my
Okay.
results.
Yeah. Let us know what your results are, because I'm curious.
Where'd it go? I clicked on an ad by accident.
How dare you? I can't wait for Kawaa to get the killer.
Oh my gosh, just watch. Oh, okay, wait. I got the tragic hero. So it says, you are the good guy who just cannot catch a break. Your life just flippin' sucks, frankly. Well, okay, one day you have friends, families, hobbies you enjoy, and maybe even a dog, and then something happens that sets it off a never-ending chain reaction of bull crap, and all that has been swept away from you in a heartbeat. All your friends are now dead, okay, and you might be alive, but God, at what cost? Great. I mean, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate, though. I mean, it does say very accurate in the bracket, so. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
that's like the most common thing that people get. It's that and the final
Wow.
girl, which I
Okay, you know what? At least I'm
I
not
said I
dead.
got the final girl, and whenever I retook it, because I took it with like a different, like slightly different options as well, just
Yeah.
because I was in between some. The next one I did get the tragic hero,
Oh, okay, I see, I see. Hey, you know what?
so like I was
Life.
in between those two.
Yeah, yeah. But I find
But from my
that.
original gut choices was final girl, which
Yeah.
I'll happily take.
Hey, you know what? Like, what's the difference between Tragic Hero and Final Girl? Because at least I'm alive at the end. That's what I'm happy about, you know?
And that's not usually true.
What do you mean? Oh, okay, so I'm
Usually
like second last to die.
the tragic hero, it depends. It depends the film.
Okay.
So there's some of them where the tragic hero, yeah, they also survive alongside you because they did save you. There's other ones where like, oh, they survive for a few more movies and then they die, or there's ones where like, oh, they saved you and then like last minute like they get killed by something.
Yeah, that would be me.
Like there's both like common like cliche of like horror movies or like slashers is like, oh, you guys like think you're okay, like guy like the hero saved you, whatever, and
Yeah.
then like you guys are talking, then like last minute like hero gets like stabbed in the back,
Oh, yeah.
and then like both are just like both the hero and the killer are just like dead on the floor or whatever. So like it does of course depend. There are a lot that like they do also survive for at least a little while and eventually die.
Mm.
But there are multiple where it's the opposite where they yeah, they're the last one to die before
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Do you have like a favorite? Well, like two kind of a two-parter question here. Do you have like a favorite like final quote unquote final girl, or do you have like a favorite like what's it called, like a horror movie villain, if you want to call them that, or like iconic guy? Like you know, there's like the Scream, there's like Freddy Krueger, there's like Chucky. Do you have like a favorite?
Well, for Final Girl, I I honestly like it's a very cliche answer. I
Mm-hmm.
have to give it to Sydney, which is like the final girl of Scream.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay.
One because she's played by Nev Campbell, which I love Nev Campbell.
Mm.
So is I actually have like an autographed like birthday card from her.
No way, that's actually insane.
Um, but so like love her. So she'd probably be it would either be her or, like Laurie Strode, which is
Okay.
Halloween. Like so for final girl, it'd be one of those two, but I'd probably give it to Sydney.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh.
but for like favorite like killer, I honestly like a lot of them kind of blend together. I'd probably give it to Ghostface as well. And the main reason I say that is like I like Halloween. I prefer Halloween over Scream, but
Mhm.
it's like they a lot of them kind of just like fall together. Like Jason, Michael, like they're very similar. Like your silent like killers that won't die. And then you have like um, Chucky and like Freddy Krueger are very similar in the case of both of them are pretty much relentless, but also just like will say pretty much anything, like are joking around during the thing, like making witty remarks. Like they're similar in like their own retrospect. I feel like in a lot of it, like Ghostface just kind of like stands out as like their own, especially because it's not like it's like some like supernatural being.
Yeah.
Ghostface is just a human,
Yeah. That's true. That's
which I
true.
think makes it even more interesting. Is the case that it's
Like it's just like
not
a guy at
some
their school or or whatnot.
right. It is just the guys at the school or whatever. Like it's just some other character. It's just a human. So it's not like
Yeah.
every other one. Like all the other like mainstream horror where it's like this demon or this monster, this person who won't die. It is just a
Mm,
normal human.
yeah. Yeah. What would you say is like the most like traumatizing horror movie you've seen? Or do you not get
Mm,
traumatized? You're like, I'm fine.
I
See,
mean,
I know I have
I
one.
think the I think what like I can watch them perfectly fine now, but whenever my father first showed me Saw, I
Oh, I've
think
heard of that
Saw
one.
messed me up
Oh, I've
because
heard of that. Ooh.
and that's because like I was young and I
Mm,
believe I'm pretty sure it's the first movie. At one point what he does is like has the reverse bear trap on the
yeah.
main girl's head, and the only way to get out of it is to get the key, which the key is put inside of the other guy's eyeball.
Ooh. Yeah, no, watching
So
that as a
you
kid, like, no.
and I wasn't like a kid, but I was like
Yeah,
maybe
no.
13. Like I was
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, like
Like I
young
was like
enough.
barely a teen, if even a teen. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and like I love Saw. Saw is another phenomenal one. I Saw would definitely be up there
Very iconic,
because
I feel.
Saw is like a very unique and iconic type of thing. Like it's more of like more of a brain type of like scary one over like oh it's just a slasher. So I love Saw.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that's probably what I'd say messed me up the most would be that just solely because of it's much more like, oh, you have to dig into their eyeball or you have to cut your own arm. Like it's much more like that
Yeah,
type of stuff
yeah.
compared to just
Yeah, because
normal like slashing.
it's more like relatable in terms of like would I be able to do that? Like realistically, would I be able to endure the pain first of all, and also like logically think of like the solution that quickly, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are yeah, I definitely find those horror movies more like enticing to watch, like you're kind of like on the edge of your seat like what's going to happen, you know? Yeah, no. For me, I feel like, oh my gosh. Okay, so my friend, so okay, I don't know if like for those of you who don't know, there's this movie called Terrifier. I don't know if you've heard of it, Himiko, but like,
Oh, of course.
yeah.
Art the
So
Clown.
there's a censored version and an uncensored version apparently, and my friend decided, hey, I'm gonna show you the uncensored version,
That's
and
good.
yeah, that's great, you know, and you guys can skip ahead in this podcast if you don't want to hear like gruesome stuff. But like basically what happens is like in one of the scenes he like has his girl upside down and he like completely saws her in half and her friend has to watch and it's like the most disgusting thing I've ever watched. And I never thought I would like have a bodily reaction, but like this is the first time I ever puked at a movie. But like I literally went to the bathroom and puked. Like it was that bad. At least I know
Well,
it can't be like a serial killer, but like, but like I don't think I
well,
get it.
Terrifier is considered like one of the more gruesome, if
Yeah,
not
and
the
that
like
was like
most gruesome, like
one of the first horror movies she showed
mainstream.
me.
I will say I've never actually like watched the movies.
You
I
don't
plan
wanna.
to. I just
You don't
never have
wanna.
gotten around to. No, I want to.
Oh
I
no. Okay. Okay.
100% plan to.
Okay. Mhm.
But I do have, like as I've talked about before, my favorite band's Ice Nine Kills, and I went to a concert
Oh.
back in August, and one of their more recent songs is based on Terrifier.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
So I got a shirt for it, and
That's sick.
because of course the clown's name is Art, the
Mhm.
back like it just shows a picture of him on the front says Ice Nine Kills. The back says Don't you dare say Art is dead,
Oh, that's insane.
which I think is cool. One because of course Art the clown, but two because of course being an art major. I think it's
Oh.
just more funny having a shirt on the back that says "Don't you dare say
That's
art is
true.
dead."
It's like a double meaning. Yeah.
Exactly. So I
Yeah.
find that fun, but that's like I've that's something like I got that, but I've never actually watched Terrifier. I need to. Maybe that will be my movie this Halloween.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, just I don't even know how
Maybe.
like to
I'll
get the
forget.
uncensored. I don't even know if you could find the uncensored version. I don't know how this like my friend got it,
I
but
don't want
like
the uncensored version. I mean, I want the
or sorry,
uncensored
sorry,
version.
that's
I don't
or
want
what
the
am I saying?
censored.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, exactly. Like I don't know how she got it. I don't know, but like
The
yeah,
the uncensored version's probably just what you would find like if you would watch it
like on Netflix
like
or something.
online while
Yeah. Or
well and then like the
sorry,
censored version would be
the
more of like your TV version.
yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. The censored probably would be on like a streaming thing, but like you'd have to like do some deep dive into finding like the uncensored one. But like yeah, I feel like there was probably a reason it was censored. Like can you imagine going to the theaters and watching like that's always the fun part though, but like watching new movies in the theater. Like I actually saw Weapons recently and going in blind, it's like you hear things about it like oh, it's like messed up or like this blah 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 and like you're like how messed up is it or like how bad is it? Like is it going to be that scary or like is it going to be like you know, especially going in the theater for the first time and everyone's experiencing it for the first time. I think that's like there's like a beauty in that, you know.
I will say one that has always messed me up
Really?
is Final Destination.
Okay, okay.
It's not like messed me up like bad, but it's like the case of like in the
Really?
first Final Destination movie, it's the case of they show the scene of behind like a log truck and like all the logs falling out and killing
Oh,
everyone.
yeah, like
I will
the
never drive directly behind a truck with logs, pipes.
oh
I will if
no.
I can get around them, I will get around them.
Yeah.
And I know my father and my mother are the same way. Like they don't trust it. And she's not. My mother's
Yeah.
not really watching. My father has.
Yeah. Well, you know what
But
though? Like you're like my friend. He like he's scared of heights, but I think it's more so because like of the because he didn't want to go on this Ferris wheel because I think there's a Ferris wheel scene in one of them. I haven't seen all of them, but like he was like, "Oh yeah, like that's why." Is like cuz it's like one thing can
oh
lead to
yeah,
another and then it can lead to another and then it's like you get a little superstitious in your head. You're like, "That could be me." Like, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's like definitely certain situations I would avoid too. Like if I was you, like well I don't drive yet, but like if I drove, like now I know to avoid trucks with logs. So
was like I truly like I love Final Destination.
mm,
Genuinely, that's also up there. I would honestly probably go like Halloween just because it's that iconic slasher. Then I'd probably go Final Destination then Saw, like for like
okay.
franchise like ones.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But like, and it's not like a case of like, oh, I'm worried about like, yeah, it's just gonna happen, or like the Ferris wheel ones, or like all the other stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in Final Destinations that make you pretty like if you would live off of that, you would be constantly living in what ifs and paranoia.
Yeah.
It's just a case of one seeing that, but two, I never really trusted them before because like you will see those driving and like you will sometimes see like the logs or like the pipes and stuff bouncing as like they
Yep.
hit like a bump, and it's like,
Mhm.
if it's moving, that's not very stable, and it's just
Yep.
like, yeah, I don't want to be on the end of that if something does happen.
Yeah, like no thank you.
And like watching Final Destination, like that was of course before I started driving, but like watching that like made
Yeah.
me like, yeah, definitely not. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no. Going back to like well, I know you said you didn't like you kind of stopped dressing up around like 13, right? Like was
hmm
it your parents dressing you up before? Like were they ones who like kind of picked what you were going to be as and like
No,
oh,
it was always
really?
me.
Really? I feel like
Yeah, I
cuz like my mom was
whenever I was
very
like young, it was them. Like I remember one year
yeah.
my mother dressed me and my sister as like Tigger,
Aw. That's a cute
but
one though.
like after that, like it was like all me. Like I remember one year I was as Master Chief. Another year I was a stormtrooper.
Oh, that's sick though. Yeah.
I was I think Venom one year. Like that was like mine was like always like pretty much my choice.
Yeah, makes sense. I think for me it was like when I was like a young kid, like my mom had like creative choice with it and like I love my mom, okay, but her choices were like you know like how some girls will just be like, "Oh, they're like a princess or they're like a
And you were
fairy."
a bumblebee.
Yeah, you know this story, bro. I was
I
literally my
do know
mom
this
dressed me up
story.
as a bee. If I can find a photo, maybe I'll put it on like the podcast video for you guys, but like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no.
know this
Living
story.
my glory days. The other year I was a caterpillar and it was one of those like weird vintage like not even like a cute caterpillar. It was like one of those weird like designed like vintage looking like toy looking. I don't know how to explain it. It was like not velvet, but like it was like green, and it was like it looked like a dinosaur suit, but like with butterfly wings. Like you couldn't even tell it was supposed to be like a caterpillar butterfly thing. But yeah, like those were the glory days back in the 2000s. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are gonna start calling us Unk, but I don't know who's listening.
Well,
But yeah,
we're both old
I
in
know.
the case of like, it's unfortunate,
I
but we
know.
are.
It's so
It's
sad.
the
It's like,
unfortunate truth.
do you ever just like miss like trick or treating? Like I miss getting free candy at least.
I mean, I still do. It's called having brothers.
Oh, you know what?
I have brothers and a nephew. I still get free
Oh,
candy.
smart, smart. See, you got the sources. You got the
And
connections.
even if I didn't, you know how often right after Halloween I go to Walmart and they have like a 25 or 50% off sale on all candy?
Mm.
Like,
Oh
I might not be
yeah.
getting it free,
That's
but
smart.
I'm
Yeah.
getting a 200 count of candy for $10. Like,
That's smart. Okay, remind me to go. As soon as Halloween's over, I'm hitting up Walmart and I'm going.
see, now you're in it. That's how I am
Yeah.
with like Christmas too. Like this is a little bit
True.
of a side rant, but that's how like me and my mother used to shop. Like not like all gifts, but like
Yeah.
my grandmother used to always get her more of like decorations and stuff. So what we would do is like right after Christmas ended,
Yep.
like the next day or a day after, we would go and buy stuff because
That
now
is
it's
so
all
smart.
25% off or more.
I gotta start doing
It's a
that.
smarter way to shop.
I've made it
Smarter
like
way.
a
Save
mental,
money.
yeah, like I've made it like a mental note to do that because I like walk through the aisles and I'm like, oh, there's stuff on clearance. I should just like get it now. But then like I was like, I'll do it next year. But like this year, let's see. I'm gonna make it my goal. You gotta remind me. I'm gonna make it my goal to like go Christmas shopping after Christmas.
I won't remind you because I will also forget to remind you.
All right, we'll leave it up to the viewers to remind us. There we go. Alrighty. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm hoping everyone has a good Halloween. By the time this episode comes out, it will be, I think, the day before Halloween. So I hope you guys have like fun plans. I hope you guys have cool costumes. Let us know in the comments what you guys are gonna be doing, and if you have any cool costume ideas. Cause like those are always appreciated. Even if not for this year, definitely for next year. At least for me. But like, yeah. Just getting to that time, and I think we can wrap up the episode now, unless you have any final points, Himiko.
I have one more that
Okay.
you you might not have an answer. You might need to more
All right.
look it up. Is there any
Okay.
urban legends that you know either from where you live that you've just heard or anything like that that you know of?
Oh, actually. Well, this isn't like I don't know if it's like an urban legend, but it's like there's this thing near where I live. It's called I think it's either called the Screaming Tunnel or there's like other names for it. But there's like this rumor that goes around in this town that like some girls like caught on fire and died, or someone lit these girls on fire in that tunnel and they like died, and that's why it's called the Screaming Tunnels, because the last memory of them is them screaming. But
Hmm.
and some of my friends have, like, not friends, but like some friends of friends have been, and I've seen them post stories of it, but I haven't like gotten like any reports of like, oh, like have they heard anything. But I'm so curious now, like I kind of want to go just to see if it's true, but I'm like I said, superstitious. I don't want to go anywhere there's like negative energy. So
That's kind of similar to the one at once again Waverly Hills Sanatorium. They have
yeah.
like an extremely long like chute that like they used to like uh sometimes like push like bodies down into it to kind of like discard them, and there used to be reports that people would hear like screaming coming from the very bottom.
Oh my gosh.
So I was more, but like whenever I think of urban legends, personally my mind always goes to, I don't know why it's this one specifically, my mind always goes to Legend of Tiki Tiki.
What's that? Is that Scooby
So
Doo?
it's
Wait,
a
no. Never
or it might
mind.
be Teke Teke. I don't know
Okay.
exactly how it's actually pronounced, but it's Teketeke.
Oh, I see.
But so
Okay.
it's a Japanese one.
Yeah.
And it's one about a girl named Kashima. She
Mhm.
was cut in half by a train while picking up her cell phone from the tracks.
Oh no. Okay.
So it was said that she was like turned into like a vengeful spirit
Yeah.
because of it. And so people would report that they would see a woman crawling around on like her arms, using her arms to pull like her
Oh.
like split body, and she's just wearing like a normal like schoolgirl like outfit. Like she's just like your basic like Japanese like schoolgirl outfit, but like her mutilated body, like people would see like her just like crawling around. So what they would say that's like the urban legend that like late at night she would like prey on anyone that she sees, and she would, if she catches you, she would cut you in half like she was.
Oh my
And
god.
they say like a good way to tell is like if you hear like nails scraping on the ground behind you, that means she's already like right behind you.
No. Ooh, I would like hate to hear that first of all, because I already hate that noise. Second of all, oh my god. Like, I can't imagine.
But that was one that like I know a few others, but like that's the one that's always pretty much like stuck with me whenever I think of urban legends. That's
Mm-hmm.
usually my first like go to. Then my mind will go to more of like your like creepy pasta type of ones like rakes, then around whatever. But
Yeah.
that's where my mind primarily goes when I hear urban legend is that.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of urban legends out there. There's definitely some more that like I
There
know
are.
about. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. Yeah. Well. Crickets.
That's all I
That's
got.
all. That's all,
So do
guys.
you?
Bye.
Well, I was gonna say that's all I got. So if you have, do you have anything else you want to say, or is
I
that?
don't think so. We kind of
Or,
talked about everything. Talked about my embarrassing bee story. Talked about like cool Halloween memory. Yeah, yeah, like yeah. That's pretty much all I have to talk about for Halloween. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I hope everyone who's listening has a good Halloween and fun spooky season. And yeah, I hope. Well, I guess we'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. This has been Kawaa and
this is Himiko, and like Kawaa said earlier, if you do have anything you want to say in the comments, if that's an urban legend you've heard, if that's what you're dressing up for Halloween, your favorite memory, feel free to drop in the comments.
100%. Alrighty, guys. Until next time. Bye bye.
Au revoir.